build a network marketing business without losing friends and annoying my family? Yeah, we've all been there. So today I want to give you a few things to think about. So welcome to your Daily Dose of Awesome, your 15 minutes of inspiration, education, and motivation to move your business forward. So if we haven't met before, I'm Tracy Chalmers. I'm a mentor here inside the community. And if we're meeting for the first time, make sure you say hello. And if you're one of our regulars who catch many of our broadcasts, say hello. I'll give you a shout out. Let me know you're here. So is it okay if we just have a frank, friendly conversation today? Like a couple of friends just sitting down and having a casual conversation? That's kind of how I'd like to talk about today's topic. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Samra. Thanks for hopping in. Hey, Bart, nice to see you from Ohio. Good to see you all. This question, how do I build a network marketing business without losing friends and annoying family, was a question that came in from many people here inside our community. So we kind of thought that let's start answering some of these. So I really wanted today's conversation to be amongst friends, just casual. And it's kind of like a you asked, I'm going to answer. And I'm going to give you some thoughts that you may not have thought about. I've got a little story I want to share with you, and I just thought we'd handle this more like a couple of friends kicking back and having, a beer or a glass of wine or a cup of tea or whatever we're going to have. So if that's okay with you, that's how I want to handle this, and just very cash and very frank, right? Because I think you're going to find that I'm preaching to the choir here. So if that's good with you, Tom says, yep, awesome, good to hear. All right, so hi, Chuck, nice to see you. So you know what? We've all been there, right? Give me a number 1 in the comments if, Samra, wine, please. Oh, that'd be good. I wonder if Ferdy and Tim and Matt would be okay if we do that moving forward. So give me a 1 in the comments if you've ever experienced it or have been fearful of experiencing losing friends because of your network marketing business. Yeah. I have actually had friends unfriend me. Hey, Tomas, nice to see you here. Jennifer will take the wine. Well, you're going to have to take me too then, Jennifer, because we're going to have a conversation about this. So, drop a 1 if you have ever experienced this or been fearful of it. Maybe you've had some friends or family kind of poo-poo. You're in one of those things. Oh, okay, kind of thing. It happens to all of us. And it's unfortunate. And I want to share a few of my thoughts around it. Not necessarily training, that you would typically see on DDOA, although I've got suggestions at the end, so you definitely want to stay to the end. But I want to just have a conversation around it and perhaps offer you some things that you haven't really thought about before that may shift your thinking a little bit or challenge your thinking a little bit or maybe reassure or confirm or realign your thinking on this. Tom, how many ones are there? Too many for me to count. They're right across my screen. So you're hearing me. I get that. Yeah. You know what? When you start something new, and this is human nature, when anybody starts something new, there can be some excitement around that from your friends and family, but often there's a lot of skepticism and a lot of like, oh, well, I'll see it when I believe it kind of thing, right? Or oh yeah, just another new thing, that so-and-so always has their hand in all sorts of different things. And, unfortunately, network marketing has been given a bad rap over the years. Drop me a 2 if you agree with that. And unfortunately, the bad rap, there's some grounds for it, I admit. But in a bigger sense, it really comes and stems from a lot of insecurities and a lot of other people venturing into this profession and not treating it like a profession and then saying it doesn't work, right? Like we all have, I'm sure, an Uncle Joe or an Aunt Sally or a person down the block who, got into network marketing at some point and one of those pyramid thingies and, it didn't work. They tried for 3 months to prospect everybody in the family and it didn't work. They aren't rich. suddenly. So those pyramid thingies, they don't work, right? Let me know if you resonate with that. I know for myself as a kid, I experienced that over and over and over again. My mom was a very entrepreneurial minded woman well before her time. And she got into a few of the early network marketing businesses, and unfortunately, circumstance and, lack of support, didn't make it a conducive environment for her to succeed, unfortunately. And raising 3 kids and all those little excuses we hear, she didn't follow through. So I have heard and seen this for many, many years. And, I think we kind of all get a bit of that from our family. So, when you're approaching your family with this, Michael, are you still doing that pyramid thing? That pyramid thingy? Exactly, right? You get it. So I think when we all venture into this space, into this profession, we come at it with, lots of wants and desires and areas for growth and things that we're dreaming of, and family and friends don't always see those. They don't always fully understand where we're coming from. Far too often, and this is just where this, friendly conversation's happening here. Far too often, your family and your friends see you as one thing. They have always seen you as whatever it is that, let's say you're, like I was a teacher. I was always a teacher. So my family and friends always just thought I was a teacher. And when I left teaching, they all thought I was nuts. When I resigned and left my tenure position, they thought I was nuts to do that, right? When am I getting a real job? Exactly. So when I left my real job, that, paid well, I had security, all of those kind of things, they always saw me as a teacher. So venturing into something else, let me know if you can relate to this, venturing into something else isn't always a fit in their heads. They're like, oh, so you're leaving a good paying, secure job that you've been at for a long time to do this pyramid thingy? So it kind of scares them. So they're coming from a place of fear, lack of understanding. Perhaps they just don't see you as anything else. And often when it comes to friends, and this may hurt a little bit, but I want to be honest with you because it became very apparent to me early on when I first started into network marketing. Often friends, they don't want to be left behind. Friends are a social circle. You came together as friends because you had common interests. Perhaps your paths were the same. Maybe you met as coworkers. But your friendship circle is kind of sacred in a lot of ways. And when someone kind of breaks out of that mold, if you will, and ventures into something different, it's kind of scary a little bit for friends. They're kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. What are you doing here? Are you actually doing some self-development? Whoa, that's kind of scary. What do you mean you're growing and you're going to this workshop and you're going to this convention and you're hearing public speakers speak and talk about self-development? Like, that's a little weird. That's a little scary, right? So your social circle will have a lot of fear around your growth. And Tom, that's exactly where I was going with this. The fear that you'll do better than they are and that you're actually, perhaps surpassing their growth, their comfort zone, their socioeconomic status. Friend circles, and I've witnessed this time and time again, both with the people we're coaching here inside this community, with my own personal friends, with people that I've coached in my team. Their friend circles are quite comfortable. And when a friend tries to break out of that and do better in their life and expand their life and be more because they have big dreams and wishes and desires, that is awfully scary to friend circles. And they may not understand. One, they may not understand what you're doing. Two, they may not support you because now suddenly you may do better than they. You may make more money than they will. Maybe you're thinking a little different. Maybe you're going to ditch them, right? Because, Bart, you ditched your social circle and you haven't looked back. Because I really believe that you are the sum of, the 5 people. We've heard this before. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with most. And far too often, our social circles keep us stuck, keep us sort of in this tight little neat package, this little box where we aren't growing and we aren't changing and we aren't developing, right? Let me know if you agree with this and get in on this conversation. These are my thoughts to the question, that many of you have asked in our community here. Yeah, Debbie, exactly. This is a social circle right here, this community. We are a family and we are very like-minded. We're all very determined, aspiring go-getters. Like, we're hungry folks in here. And that is very, very scary to a lot of people in your friend circle. So, when I first ventured into network marketing, kind of funny, looking back at it now, but at the time, I was really, really upset because I was new into the industry. I didn't have a lot of training or knowledge behind me yet. My confidence was still incredibly low. I still wasn't sure if I made the right decision. Probably a lot of things that many of you are feeling or have felt in the past. But, I belong to this book club, and it's a group of ladies who are all my neighbors, very dear friends. We've been together 11 years now. And when I first came into network marketing,